back with another one. Alright guys, this is JOATD back with another video. I'm in a 2006 Dodge Ram 1500 and today's video is going to be on replacing the LED light bulbs in your cluster gauge, which is this part right here, and in your heating and cooling control knob. So each one of these have lights behind it. Alright, so we're going to replace those bulbs and we're going to replace them with LED bulbs. Okay, so this pack right here has 4, which is for the heating control, and then this pack right here has 11, and they're for the cluster gauge. This is how they look. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is remove the plastic from under the steering wheel, which is this right here. You're gonna have 2 Phillips head screws that are up under here. Okay, let's see, you got one here and then you have one here. Okay, so you're gonna remove those first. All right, so these are the 2 screws that I removed. Now the next thing you need to do is basically just pull this off. This is just gonna pull off. Okay, see that? Just like that. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna remove the whole radio bezel. Okay, before you go pulling on this, there are 2 screws located inside the cup holder area. So if you pull this down, there are 2 screws. There's one here and then there's one here. They're like up under there. Can I see it? Like, see that right there? It's one right there that I've already taken out, and then there is another in that hole right there. It's hard to see, but it's another one in there too. So you have to remove those first. They are Phillips head screws. Okay, and then once you remove that, this portion here, you're gonna grab it in here. Make sure that you pop it loose here and pop it loose here before you just yank it, because you know it's been in the truck a long time, it's easy to break. So pull it out slow. All right, so to pull out the radio bezel, as you can see, you have a spot here, that's 1 spot, down here, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, those are all the 8 spots where you kind of have to pull to get this thing off. It came off fairly easily though. And if you see here, these are the screw holes that I was talking about. That's inside the cup holder areas. One here, and then it's one here. You have to pull those out because if you don't, you'll break it. You can see it right there where it's supposed to connect or whatever. You see it right there? That's where the screw hole goes in. Okay, all right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove 5 Phillips head screws. You have 1 here, 2, 3, let's see, 4 and 5. You have to remove all 5 of those Phillips head screws. Let's do that. All right, I got all 5 Phillips heads out, and then what you're gonna do is just grab this and just pull this out. See that? This whole thing will just pull out, just like that. Okay, now on this side over here, you have the light control. There's a harness that's connected in there. So what you have to do is, once you get this off, just like this, if you look down in there, just disconnect this. It's just a little button right here. Push it in, pull it out, and this whole piece will just come off. There you go. So that part's off. All right, so now we're going to remove the cluster gauge. It has 4 Phillips head screws that hold this whole entire cluster gauge in. So you got 1 here. You also have another here. You have 1 right there. That's 3. And then you also have one down here, right there. It's 4, not the one down there, the one up here. All right, so we have to remove all 4 of those to remove this. All right, so we got it loose. You're gonna have to put the key in just to pull this out of the way. I would put down the emergency brake to stop the car from rolling, and then just go ahead and pull this all the way out. I would lean it down this way and then just pull the whole thing out. Now behind it, it's gonna be some connections. We're gonna have to disconnect that. Make sure you drop the steering wheel down, this little button right here. You pull towards you like that and then push down on the actual steering wheel to get this out of here. All right, so as you can see, you have one big one to pull out here and then a small white one back here to pull out. And all you do is just push down on that clip to pull it out. So you just squeeze the clip down and pull the whole thing out. And the same with this one right here. You have 2 clips. You have one here and then one here. Pull both of those out. All right, so these are the clips right here. So you have 3. It's one here, and then this white one back here. And all you do is just push down on this tab right here and pull them out. That's it. Okay. Here's the cluster gauge here. I got it out. And all of these little black circles here are the actual light bulbs. Okay. So let's see how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yes, there are 11 lights on this cluster. All right guys, so these right here are my new LED lights. The last pack, they did not fit well. You put them in, they were still loose. Somebody recommended me to get these here, so we're gonna try these out. That is the part number for them. I have a link in the descriptions where you can get these. If you can see right here, what we're gonna have to do is remove all of these screws first to make it easier, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 actually. So there are 18 T15 screws in the back. You're gonna have to remove all of those first. It just makes it easier to get to the lights. I mean, you can get to them here, but it's just easier to take this black plastic off. So we're gonna take that off first. All right, so we have the plastic case off. And this just makes it so much easier to get to the bulbs, okay? Now, this is what I've learned. If you look at this bulb here, you see this little circle right here, this little dot? That is the positive side, okay? You look at this one, dot, positive side, dot, positive side, all right? Now, when you get your new LED bulbs, this one looks like that because I put it in and turned it, so it's a little dirty, but it's still a new one. When you get these, you see that number right there? What does that say? I can't see it. Oh, that's the actual name of the brand, I think. Is it? Yeah. So that brand name logo right there, that is the positive side of the LED. See how you got positive and then you got a negative side? That's the positive side. So you need to make sure that every time you put an LED light in, that the positive sides match up. So you're gonna put this in and turn this so that it's in the same direction as the one that's in the board, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of these so that I'll know the direction of the positive lead for the actual light. But I'm gonna do one at a time. Never take them all out. Do one at a time, okay? But take pictures so that you can remember. And guys, if you need to know the size of the actual head here, you can see I'm using a drive to do this. It's a 1/4 inch. You see that? All right, guys. So I got the main piece, the board, off of the actual housing right here. It just came loose. Once you take this part off, it's loose. Okay. So I got it sitting up here so that I can test it to see if the theory is correct. Let's see. Okay, so a lot of them are on, but some of them are not. Like that one's on. Let's see, that one's on. Half of this one is on. Well, some of them are on. Like you can see it lit here, but it's not lit here. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to fix them one at a time. Okay, just turn them around, flip them around. All right, this one, obviously, this side, whatever's right here, that is not right at all. So we're gonna do that until I get them all right. We're just gonna have to take it out, turn it around, and put it back in. All right. All right, guys, so I think I got them all lit up. As you can see, it's not nighttime, but you can see them. They're all lit up. And we're gonna go ahead and put everything back together. Okay, so I didn't realize that I didn't have it turned up all the way. So here we go. There we go. Now it's like glowing. I had it like, maybe like right there. But yeah, there you go. So you can see it, it's glowing now. See that? Everything. So they're all lit up. All right, now we can put everything back together. All right, so I just laid this part right here back in here. The easiest way to do it is to line up this part that's sticking out here and put it straight through that hole. That's gonna help you the most. So find the hole. Let's see. Find that hole right there, line it up. There you go. Now, you got this lined up. Let's make sure you got this lined up. Next thing you're gonna do is put this back piece on right here. Just like that. And then you're gonna put your T15 screws back in. Remember, there are 18 of them. All right, so now we're gonna go to the heat and cooling controls. The first thing you want to do is disconnect this connector here and this connector. You have 4 Phillip head screws that's holding it in. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take that loose first. All right, guys, so we have it out, and as you can see, you have 1 light here, 1 light there, and 1 light there. Technically, all you're going to do is take your Phillip head screwdriver and just stick it right here in this flat part and then give it a turn. Let's see. Yep, and it's out. Let's see if I can get that out. Let's flip it over. There you go. So we got that out. Oh man, look at that. That's like burn up. See that? I'm trying to get it so to focus. Look at that. It's just burnt all, just terrible. All right, so I'll drop that, but that's no good. Just go ahead and pull them all out. Let's see. See how that one looks. See how that one looks. God, look at that one. I'm burnt looking too. See how they look? So they're all like that. Let's see. Let's get this one. Fell out. It's right here. That one looks horrible too. All right, so we don't know which way they go in, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put them in and plug it up and see if it works, and I'm gonna just keep doing that until I get it in right. So let's see. The lights, or the LED lights that I have for this set, are these right here. There's the part number. 3 lights. Let's put them in. All right, so they give you 4 of them. So you got 3 right here, and then if you turn it around, you got 1 more right there. So let's take them out. All right, guys, so I just put in the 3 LED lights for the heating and air control module here. You can see when I put them in the first time, this one and that one was correct, but this one was wrong. So I had to take that one out and turn that one around. But you can see it, it's glowing. Now let's see. Look at that. Look how bright that is. That looks wonderful. That is beautiful. I don't think it ever looked like that. All right. So let's also look at the cluster gauge. Oh yeah, you see how bright that is? Let's get a little closer. Let's see. Look at that. It's bright. It looks really nice, guys. I mean, that's it, guys. That's how you put the LEDs in your cluster gauge and in your heating and air control module here. To put everything back together, I mean, just do it in the reverse order. I will have the link to where I got all the lights from for the cluster gauge and down here for the heating and air control module. I'll show you exactly where I got them from. There will be a link down there. I'm also thinking about, let's see, this right here. I don't know if you can open this thing or not, but there's a light in here too. And I'm going to see if I can actually change this one out too. I mean, it has 4 screws on the back. So I'm going to try this one too. At least maybe it's the same light. I mean, both sets came with 1 extra light. So let's try that out. All right, guys. So I took it apart. And no, you cannot change it out. You see that? You can't change that out. So we're just gonna have to deal with the dimness of the control knob for the lights. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together and I guess be satisfied with what I have. All right, guys, I'm out.